Welcome back. With me right now is Richard Palmer from the Tea Party Sentinels, and coming up on Monday, that will be the 22nd, over at Clubhouse 7 at 7 p.m. His guest speaker is going to be a gentleman that has spoken with them before, Hayden Williams, and of course you're all invited to come. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you here today.
Oh, it's a pleasure, I'll tell you.
So Hayden is a young man. I don't know how old he is. Probably in his 20s, 30s.
Yeah, he's a senior in college.
Oh, he's still in college.
Yeah,
I didn't
he has
realize
one
that.
more semester to go, and Pepperdine already admitted him, but he has to finish his undergraduate work.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And I know he's spoken with you before, and he is part of the College Republicans and Model United Nations. And it says here he's attending the University of Louisville in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's
flying out here to do this, huh?
Yeah, he's a field representative for this organization.
Okay, all right.
And for the leadership, conservative leadership organization. So he happened to be on the Berkeley campus. He had a table with American flag and a bunch of literature, because he's encouraging other conservative students to become more volatile and exposed to the campus life. And so anyway, he was on this campus and minding his own business, and this leftist off-campus guy came in and gave him a hard time. Well, when I say a hard time, I mean it was really a hard time.
Yeah.
He got into a hassle with him. They started tussling around and fighting, and Hayden, you know, he never got the guy excited or anything. He just tried to protect himself. And all of a sudden, this guy hauled off and smacked him right in the face.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Typically, these after guys wear masks, and so you can't tell who they were. But this guy was in the civilian clothes and everything else. So they had it photographed. 3 guys photographed this whole event. So they had 3 witnesses and video proving that he attacked Hayden. Well, it's amazing what happened, because it just, excuse me. So anyway, that just started out to be almost a gift to Hayden.
Yeah.
I mean, he was basically an unknown guy.
Right.
He's from a small town in Kentucky. He went to the University of Louisville in Kentucky. And all of a sudden, he's on the big stage, and what's his name? Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk called him up to encourage him to continue his efforts and stuff like that. So he's at a crossroads now where, what's he going to do? And Mark Ank, who's an activist here in Orange County, invited me to the Lake Forest Swim Club where Hayden was as a guest. And that was my first introduction to Hayden. And I spent about 20 minutes talking to him. And what he told me is that he was so lucky, the guy, you know, instead of, the way this guy hit him, it just damaged his eye. He had a black eye. And otherwise, he could have fractured his skull.
Right.
And it would have taken surgery, and it could have turned into something real serious. But fortunately, it wasn't.
Right.
But anyway, this guy they found out who he was, they arrested him, and I think in about 3 months, he's going to come up for trial. Okay. But he was Hayden just didn't do anything to provoke him, and this guy just he took a punch for all of us.
Yeah, and you know, we tried to get a video, but I couldn't link to it, and so
it's a shame.
I'm sure if you look for it, you can find it. And you know, we should say it's like no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, you know, this kind of stuff can go on from either side, and they're usually these kind of like antagonist outsiders, whether then from the far left or far right. You know, they don't represent the entire groups of each, and you know.
But the main thing out of this was the incredible. President Trump invited him to be with him on. He was at a meeting where a bunch of conservatives, and Hayden was there, and As a result, President Trump issued an executive order stating that any public college or university that does not allow free speech will have their research funds withdrawn.
Okay.
So this guy opened up a whole new vista.
Right.
But it was never, they were never able to do anything because they're all wearing masks and everything.
Right.
You know, whenever you see them, they're all black. Yeah. And so this is the first time the guy was exposed. The whole thing is unbelievable. So, I mean, the world is his right now. I mean, he can do what his future depends on anything he wants to do.
Right.
He was already accepted into Pepperdine College, but he has to finish.
Right, of course.
He has about 6 hours to finish at Louisville University. So anyway, so he's visiting all the different campuses here. In fact, he flew home to visit his stepfather who was ill. And so I called him up, and he's going to come to California on the morning of our meeting. So, but I'm delighted that I mean, the whole thing was unbelievable. That it turned his whole life around. Yeah,
I bet. Well, this is going to be a good one for you.
I'll tell you, this guy. In fact, Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk contacted him to give him advice and stuff like that. The world is at his feet right now. He just has to decide which direction he wants to go.
Well, I want to, again, coming up this Monday.
Right.
Doors open at 6:30 at Clubhouse 7. You're all welcome. Doesn't cost anything. And, you know, take advantage of it. And no matter what your views are, it would be a good, you know, come over and join. And like you said, you welcome everyone.
Everybody's welcome. And this guy is unbelievable. And what advice can I give him? I mean, the world is really at his feet right now. So I'm delighted to have met him. We were at the Lake Forest Swim Club. That's where I met him.
Okay.
And they're just a small group of people welcoming him to California, Southern California. And so I spent about 20 minutes talking to him about what his experience. I tried to advise him, but you know, I mean, you already talked to the big guys like Shapiro and Kirk. So.
All right, so very good. Again, Monday, the 22nd. If you want any information, you can email Richard at patriot@teapartysentinels.com, and the website is teapartysentinels.com.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
We'll be back.